Dear Louis, I feel confused about getting the vaccine for COVID-19. I don't like the idea of putting it in my body, but it seems COVID is here to stay. I am guessing there will be no traveling without it. It's weird that I had no problem putting cannabis in my body, yet there's a little fear putting this vaccine in my body. Would you please address this? I'd be happy to. So to clarify, because this question and this broadcast will go into a data bank and into a library of teachings. I'm speaking this answer in December of 2021. COVID broke out worldwide in February of 2020, so almost just shy of 2 years ago. So and we're still in the thick of things here. It's probably already peaked and has come over the hump, but it's still pretty severe. And there's been, it reached a plateau where there's had been a growing wave of resistance to the vaccine. I mean, the rates were really going well, and then it all kind of stalled. And then the Delta variant came out and scared the living daylights out of people, and the vaccination rate went up, and then it stalled again. And then this new Omicron variant just came out a week or two ago, and that was 5 or 10 times supposedly worse than the Delta variant and mutation of the virus, and now people are getting vaccinated again. So that's long and short of where we're at empirically. But in terms of your question, I'd like to give you some perspective so that you can arrive at your own answer. People who know me already know where I stand on it. I have not been a big vaccine person in my life and didn't vaccinate my kids, and I went and got it, for many reasons. Number one, the president asked. It's a worldwide pandemic. I know that's redundant. Pandemic means worldwide, but the entire planet is suffering, and the main reason is, it's take one for the team and be a team player here and help reach herd immunity. What's happened with this vaccine in particular that I've never seen with any other vaccine in my lifetime. I've been on this planet 6 decades, and I've never seen this with any other vaccine. This one has become a political firestorm. It's not even about the disease or the virus or what it is, what it was, what it does to you, what it doesn't do, what it helps, doesn't help. This is all conspiracy theory now and political debate and rivalry, and it's become a lot of BS. And it's very sad that people can't see the forest for the trees here. In terms of the public, the medical world knows, but the public has been so gaslit by this because of politics. It's really sad. And people have forgotten that polio was eradicated from the planet by a worldwide vaccine, as was smallpox. So put that in your pipe and smoke it, and we're in the same ballpark here. This might not necessarily be eradicated, but the world will eventually get a handle on it because of the vaccine. Also, the virus's ability to mutate is in large part, not 100%, but in large part, influenced by having a very good food supply. The food supply is the unvaccinated population. So the unvaccinated population is actually fertilizing the virus and helping it proliferate to mutate to become stronger and more resistant. So the people who refuse to get the vaccine are actually working against their own objective. I want to take a different tack that I haven't spoken publicly before. That is, from what I have seen and observed from the numerous people I've spoken to, most of the people who are refusing this vaccine have received a jillion vaccines all throughout their life, have vaccinated all their children with everything under the sun, like pincushions, go and receive a flu shot every single year, which they don't even really need, and they rush to the pharmacy to get it. So the people, 99% of the people refusing to get this are not anti-vax people. They're pro-vax people are the ones who aren't getting it, which proves the point that it's political and conspiracy theory and a lot of confusion that has been laid into people's minds. Point two, on the alternate tact. If you think about, or I'd like you to think about, the amount of toxic metals that you take into your body on a daily basis, through the air, through tap water, chlorine, pesticide, heavy metals. You're taking in inordinate amounts of deadly poison 24 hours a day. If you live in an urban area, you can multiply that times 50 to 100. No one's complaining about that. Very few. People who leave their bottled water in the sun or in hot cars, all those plastic bottles leaching bisphenols and virtually deadly poison into your drinking water, which then you happily drink and pay expensive amounts of money for. And you're drinking deadly poison 1,000 times worse than anything in this vaccine. So let's get relative here. Let's get real. How about the pesticides in the food you're eating? How about the white refined sugar, white flour, or white rice that's all been bleached? How about table salt that has been stripped and it creates an imbalanced, unstructured molecular thing in your body that leaches all the minerals out of your body because of its unstable molecular compound that it gets from all its bleaching and chemicals and dyes. And people eat pounds and pounds of it. The average American eats like 400 pounds of white sugar every year, a deadly chemical. Go to a kinesiologist, take a sugar packet, put it on your solar plexus and have a muscle test you. Every muscle in your body and system will crash and go to 0% from 1 teaspoon of sugar. How many teaspoons of white sugar do you eat every day? How many pounds of white sugar do you eat every year? And you're pissing and moaning about a vaccine that's going to save the planet from being annihilated even more. Come on, folks. Let's get real. Let's get real. So, anyway, little things to have some perspective. If you don't want to get it, don't get it. I'll still love you. I'm not going to judge anyone, but I just, my job here is to illuminate, blow away the clouds and illuminate and bring truth to people. So what you do with the truth is entirely up to you. And I do want to ask everybody who's watching and listening or may ever hear this, it's really, really important not to judge or proselytize or preach at people, or, you can share what you know, you can share what you feel, and then you leave it at that, like I do. I don't get on people's cases. I don't judge people. I don't rule people out of, push people out of my life over it. I know one family, I just found out last week, it broke my heart. There's one member of this family, the elderly parents and then all the siblings and then their families and kids. And one of the siblings said he will no longer have any holidays with his family because they refuse to get vaccinated. And I thought, oh my God, you're going to cut your mother and father and your siblings and their children out of your life because they don't get vaccinated. And I almost cried. I thought, we're going a little too far. Let's just dial it back a little here, And there's a lot of that. This gets back to the conspiracy theory and the politicizing of it. It's just, I don't know. Where do you go with something like that? It's reached a level of insanity. It's not that big a deal. And then people say, oh, some people die from it. Yeah, they do. And that's tragically sad. Some people get hit by cars and die, and some people die from any vaccine or from any medicine. Things happen. So it's just, I'm not making light of it. I'm just saying we take risks in our life all the time. The numbers are not what people are being shown on TV and through these conspiracy theories. It's really, really sad that it's very difficult for the truth to reach the public. So part of it is not the public's fault. Part of it is the media's fault, and the different, factions of society that are overshadowed by darkness and influencing enormous amounts of people, innocent, naive, ignorant people who just don't know, and they don't know they don't know. So, I don't know, take it in, weigh it out, do what you do, and whatever you choose, you just choose it for yourself, and please don't judge other people or punish people because of it. It's your life, and you have that right to choose what you want for your life. However, I just wanted to bring some truth and illumination to a very muddled, very confused, very distorted, and polluted subject. So I hope that's been helpful. And now I pass it to you, and what you do with it is up to you. All righty.